your seats. We're going to start our special presentations. We're here Wednesday, September 19th at 4:50 in the evening, 790 Homestead Boulevard, and we're going to open the special presentations. The meeting is called to order. And do we need a roll call for this? Okay, good enough. First item on it is the monthly Officer of the Month. Marie? That's good.
Good afternoon, everyone. Many of you already know me already, but I'll introduce myself again. My name is Captain Marie Kent. I'm the Operation Division's Captain for Homestead Police Department and the Uniform Patrol Commander. And we're here tonight to honor the Officer of the Month for July 2012. I try to read as quickly as possible because I know it's kind of long. Bear with me. The nomination came from Lieutenant Johnson, Sergeant DeJean, and Sergeant Barker, who were the day shift supervisors for the officer who's being nominated tonight. It is with great pride that we, the day shift supervisors, take this opportunity to nominate Officer Anthony Green for Officer of the Month for July 2012. A brief overview of the month shows that Officer Green has handled 166 primary calls and responded as backup on 88. He has effected 5 arrests, written 9 field interrogation cards, and 38 reports. Below is a more detailed account of a few of the incidents that Officer Green was involved in. Sometimes the numbers don't equal what you would think in a month of what happens. That's why it's important to look at maybe specific incidences that occurred and what one person was able to do. On 7/17/2012 at approximately 13:38 hours, officers of the Homestead Police Department were dispatched to a burglary in progress located at the 1500 block of Southeast 31st Court. Homestead Police Department dispatch advised that a witness observed 2 black males gain access to the residence and were inside the home for approximately 5 to 6 minutes. The witness provided a brief description of one of the subjects, advising they exited the residence with property taken from the same home and entered a black Nissan Maxima traveling toward the entrance of the complex. Dispatch properly disseminated the information to responding units. While en route to the incident location, Officer Snyder advised that he observed the subject vehicle traveling northbound. Officer Snyder turned around, activated his emergency equipment in an attempt to conduct a traffic stop on the subject vehicle. The Nissan Maxima then proceeded eastbound at a high rate of speed, disregarding Officer Snyder's attempt to traffic stop. Officer Green and Officer Roa were responding to assist Officer Snyder traveling westbound, approaching Southeast 18th Avenue. Officer Green and Officer Roa, observed the black Nissan Maxima traveling east in the wrong lane of travel at a high rate of speed. The subject vehicle continued traveling at a high rate of speed, intentionally driving straight at Officer Green's oncoming vehicle. Officer Green had to take evasive action and maneuver to avoid a head-on collision with the black Nissan Maxima. Officer Green and Officer Roa maintained a visual on the vehicle and began pursuing the subjects. The subject continued driving recklessly into the county's jurisdiction. Officer Green requested the assistance of Miami-Dade Police and their aviation unit. During the continued pursuit, the subject driver lost control of the vehicle, crashing into bushes at 13701 Southwest 266th Street. As Officer Green positioned his patrol vehicle alongside the subject vehicle to prepare for a bailout foot pursuit, the driver of the vehicle managed to dislodge his vehicle from the bushes, losing control. The driver of the vehicle regained control and intentionally swerved and turned into the front end of Officer Green's police vehicle. Eventually, the subject crashed again and bailed out, fleeing on foot. As Officer Green pursued on foot, he advised via radio that one of the subjects was carrying a black semi-automatic handgun and miscellaneous property in his right hand. Officer Green's trainee, Officer Roa, began foot pursuit of the second subject, however, lost sight of him shortly thereafter. Officer Green via radio advised his direction of travel, alerting Officer Roa, who quickly returned with Officer Green, taking the subject into custody and charging him with burglary, resisting arrest, and possession of stolen property. Officer Green located approximately $8,200 worth of stolen property in the subject's vehicle, which led to the closure of 3 additional burglary cases throughout Miami-Dade County's jurisdiction. All property was returned to the rightful owners. For the past several weeks, there have been numerous burglaries to motor vehicles throughout the city of Homestead and Miami-Dade County. One of the incidents was caught on video, which was distributed through social media networks for viewing. Descriptions of the subject from the video was given out to residences in the area of the burglaries and filtered out from there. On Sunday, July 22nd, a city worker noticed a male matching the description of the subject from the video of a recent vehicle burglary. The subject was leaving a local pawn shop. The city employee quickly gave this information to Homestead police officer, which led to more information being gathered and disseminated to Officer Green. By the following Wednesday, July 25th, Officer Green located the subject and proceeded to conduct a field interview. The field interview led to the discovery of numerous identification cards and electronic devices and prescription drugs that did not belong to the subject. The discovery of this property then led to the owners, who were the victims of recent vehicle burglaries. The Miami-Dade County detectives responded, arrested 2 subjects at the scene with Officer Green, and cleared 4 vehicle burglary cases in their jurisdiction. With the arrest of these subjects, information was gathered pertaining to vehicle burglaries within our city, which was forwarded to Homestead Police Department detectives. On July 27th, Officer Green volunteered to assist the Detective Bureau with a burglary detail in the area of the 2200 block of Northeast 8th Street. The detail was in response to a rash of vehicle burglaries that had been occurring in the parking lots of local restaurants. While working the detail, he observed 4 individuals hiding in the bushes adjacent to Chili's restaurant. As he continued his surveillance of the subjects, he observed the subjects entering parked vehicles, removing property. Officer Green remained in a stealth mode. Requested assistance, disseminated the surveillance information, and set a perimeter. This led to the apprehension and arrest of 4 subjects. Officer Green takes great pride in his position as a police officer. He often mentions that his focus is to fight crime and catch the bad guys. He never loses his enthusiasm, and his work ethic sets an example for his fellow officers along with his trainees. Officer Green continues to train new officers, offering them guidance and reassurance. He gives them the confidence they need to become productive officers who take pride in their work and community. He is the type of officer every supervisor is proud to have on their shift. He is a credit to himself, his family, and the Homestead Police Department. Again, it is with great pride and admiration for Officer Green's work that this letter is being submitted. I would also like to mention that Officer Green is also one of our previous recipients of Officer of the Year for the work that he does. So it is with great pride that I present the Officer of the Month Award for July to Officer Anthony Green.
And it is truly with great honor on behalf of the mayor and entire city council to recognize Officer Anthony Green, who has been before us many times. He's probably got a room full of these hanging around the house. But it reads, July 2012 Officer of the Month presentation to Officer Anthony Green. In recognition of your courageous efforts and heroism, we commend your dedication to the community and to your profession. The City of Homestead salutes you, sir, and we thank you for your unconditional response and respect to the people of this community and to the city itself. Thank you, sir.
This is the part where everybody dreads. Just real quick, I want to just thank the mayor, the council, chief, captains, and my day shift supervisors. Without their guidance and allowing us to get out there and do what we do, and none of this would be possible. And like I said, I've grown up here. I have family here. My family's here. I like to thank them too, because they built the character you see before you. And that's part of why my pride has been put into me and my character through my family, and plus, like I said, we live here, we spend time here, we go throughout the city and eat, and so not only am I responsible for the community, but my family as well. So just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, if I could say one last thing. Kudos to the neighbor, if they're watching, the witness. Good job. Please call in if you see something. That's because the witness is in the neighbors.
Policing at its best.
At its best. So, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Is there anyone here for the proclamation supporting Feeding South Florida Hunger Action Month? No? Okay. Well, at this time, the special presentations are adjourned, and we'll move into our second to third meeting once you